Hey everybody, welcome to Look Behind the Look, where we're bringing you everything that's exciting to us about the Tribeca Film Festival. This is the 25th year, and Madonna is now taking over the festival this year. She also took over Times Square in New York City yesterday, bringing thousands to dance in the streets. She danced on a glass platform for what seemed like hours, even though it was a tight set, in full concert of her new record, Confessions 2. She even dangerously dangled her leg over the edge of the glass as the crowd cheered. Madonna's Confessions 2, the follow-up to the 2005 classic Confessions On A Dancefloor, is about to be released, and you have to be living under a rock to have not seen Madonna performing the track Bring Your Love with Sabrina Carpenter at Coachella 2026. Tonight, the release of a cinematic work by Madonna, over 10 minutes in length, directed by David Toro and Solomon Chase, will premiere at the Beacon Theater as part of the Tribeca Film Festival, hosted by Jimmy Fallon. And Look Behind the Look will be there to cover this sure-to-be-fabulous event as part of our ongoing coverage of the Tribeca Film Festival, which is fast becoming the epicenter of rock docs, surpassing South by Southwest in its music-based programming. This year alone, Tribeca 2026 features music documentaries about Alicia Keys, Sarah Bareilles, and Peter Frampton, just to name a few. And you saw our coverage last year. It was a feast for Gen Xers, rich in our history and passing the baton to what comes next. I want to preface this by saying I am a huge Madonna fan. I saw Desperately Seeking Susan in the movie theater, yes, way back then, own a ton of Madonna vinyl, read everything there is to know about Madonna, but in particular, Confessions is one of my favorite albums. I had hung up as my MySpace homepage for maybe 2 years, however long MySpace was, maybe a third of that. I owned a vinyl single of Like a Virgin, and yes, I remember Madonna's iconic performance of this song on the MTV Music Awards that seemed simultaneously more rebellious and shocking than anything now in this era of nothing's shocking, and at the same time, completely committed, genuine, and dare I say simple. I don't need to tell anyone listening that Madonna is an icon and that she's inspired more movements than I could possibly name. For all her style, she has a tremendous amount of realness, which we all know is sorely lacking in music these days. I would say she's right up there with David Bowie for reinventing herself constantly while somehow retaining a deep integrity. The album I'm about to speak to, Confessions on a Dancefloor 2005, is widely considered to be one of the very best Madonna albums ever, if not the very best dance records ever made. In the great pantheon of Madonna albums, Confession on a Dancefloor has something very different from, say, her debut Madonna 1983, Like a Virgin 1984, best year ever in music, True Blue 1986, Like a Prayer 1989, or Ray of Light 1998, to name some of my faves. It feels like total abandon from an artist, mid-career, fiercely reclaiming the joy of dance. Confessions on a Dancefloor came on the heels of her much-derided American Life, 2003, which saw Madonna strumming protest songs on an acoustic guitar wearing a Che Guevara beret. Listen, I'm going to tell you a secret. American Life is my favorite album of Madonna's. I know, I might cut that out. It's true, though. Looking for a change, and in the middle of editing a documentary, she found herself recording late at night at Stuart Price's home studio, channeling pure joy. I needed a release. When I would go to Stuart's, we'd go up in his loft, and I was like, honey, I want to dance. I wanted to be happy, silly, and buoyant. I wanted to lift myself and others up with this record. She sure did. The result is an album that feels like a DJ set, infused with the beat of disco, the vibe of electropop, and the pump of the club, all wrapped up in an ABBA-sampled box. The crown jewel of the album is, yes, you know it, Hung Up. It's about the relationship troubles of a strong, independent woman. Okay, enough word salad. It's just great. It's to the thump of an ABBA-sampled riff from her classic Gimme Gimme Gimme, Man After Midnight, and is one of a handful of songs that anytime it comes on the radio, yeah, we do still have radios, you can do nothing but dance and endeavor to play the track over and over and over again. Madonna had to personally write and meet with ABBA, specifically Benny Andersson and Bjorn Ulvaeus, who are notoriously reluctant to license their work, and they agreed because it's Madonna. Now, I'm sure if this glorious track existed without a video, it would be just as infectious, but let's not. The fact of the matter is, the video for Hung Up does exist, and it's without a doubt one of the very best she's ever made. Madonna's in a singular pink leotard dancing in a humble dance studio straight out of Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta moves and such incredible abandon that you can't conceive how it was captured on film, and I'm not overstating its importance in any way. Let's take a look at the making of this iconic video as we get ready for Confessions 2. So Madonna was working with famed photographer David LaChapelle on the video for Hung Up when things hit a roadblock. LaChapelle wanted the video to have a documentary look and feel and to use dancers from his documentary Rise. Did you all see that documentary? But Madonna had a different vision and quickly reached out to the Swedish director Johan Renck, who had previously worked with her on Nothing Really Matters. He literally got on a plane, flew to LA, met with Madonna, and said, "Let's go." He preferred not to overthink, and they settled on a concept that he explains it's not about the music, but about the bodily expression. We wanted to show the whole spectrum, be it the styles from Madonna in her Saturday Night Fever outfit with moves inspired by Travolta, to scenes in an arcade, noodle shop, London streets, and LA streets. Madonna used dancers from her tour: Daniel Cloud Campos, Miss Prissy from LaChapelle's Rise crew, and Tracure Sebastian Faucan, a practitioner of parkour, which is featured in the video. The dance styles are everything from crumping, breakdancing, jazz, and disco. Renck explained the concept. Music meets man and woman, and they have a love affair. Madonna wanted to do a video that confronted all kinds of subcultures of dance. She was heavily influenced by the film Perfect, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and John Travolta. I mean, who isn't inspired by that? This all sounds amazing, but Madonna had just gotten thrown from a horse while horseback riding, and she had broken 8 ribs. Choreographer Jamie King worked with Madonna, who was in pain during the complicated steps, especially the moves where she's on her knees throwing her hands behind her. She force-fed Advil and remained in tremendous pain, taking breaks often. But the shoot schedule was fast. 3 days in London at Pineapple Studios on sets, and a few pickup days in Compton and LA, minus Madonna. The video shows Madonna entering a dance studio and rehearsing as dancers from all over the world dance, eventually making their way to London, where Madonna emerges in an alley and joins them, where they all dance in a gaming parlor. The video was styled by Ariana Phillips, who found the iconic pink leotard with makeup by Gina Brooke, including those legendary diamond-encrusted eyelashes, hair by Andy Lecomte, whose blonde flowing hair is one of Madonna's best looks ever, if you ask me. The video was nominated for 5 music awards in 2006, but won none. Clearly a crime. No matter. Its wild abandon, amazing dance moves, and styling make it a classic, Silver Moon Man or not. Director Johan Renck would go on to direct countless other classic videos for Kylie Minogue, Robin, Beyoncé, Lana Del Rey, and David Bowie's Black Star and Lazarus videos. After directing episodes of Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, and Bates Motel, Renck won an Emmy for directing the miniseries Chernobyl. So, here we are tonight at the Beacon as Madonna is about to premiere a cinematic work exploring Confessions 2, 20 years after Hung Up. Here's a little of what we saw at the Q&A with Madonna, hosted by Jimmy Fallon.
Excited about this record. Love Confessions. Love her.
I love her. She gives you courage.
She's one of the few artists today that is willing to stand up for what's right.
It just instantly lifts me up. So thank you so much, Madonna.
So what you just saw is the only actual footage that we were allowed to get from Madonna's conversation that the press release provided at the Tribeca Film Festival. Fans gleefully streamed into the Beacon, as you can see, to be told that their cell phones had to be taken and locked up in those cool, weird little security bags, so no filming was allowed. And it was kind of a relief, actually. Once the phones were done away with, people in the crowd actually started talking to each other. And the energy and anticipation was incredible. I haven't felt that kind of buzz and hum in a New York audience for ages. Madonna was helping us to connect in a single goal, chanting Madonna, 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 because she would not come out for quite some time. We all knew she'd be late, but then after an hour and a half, she emerged stage left and the crowd exploded. Madonna coolly slid down the stage left stairs and walked by the crowd, interacting with everybody, sat with the audience, wearing a white faux fur jacket and dark sunglasses. This photo shoot with Interview Magazine is my absolute favorite photos that were taken of the event. Anderson Cooper appeared to take over the interview reins from Jimmy Fallon, who was unable to attend, and the crowd went crazy when this was announced. What happened next was an almost 2-hour conversation with Madonna about the new record Confessions 2, but more specifically, Madonna preached about the lack of connections between people now. She talked about the club days when people all danced and sweated together phone-free. In recalling her time at Coachella with Sabrina Carpenter, she said she had an amazing time, but she just wanted people to put their fucking phones down and connect. That's what she yelled. Another zinger was, "I've made it this long because I don't drink and smoke. I need to be here to help you." The crowd went insane. We all want Madonna's help. It felt as if Madonna was speaking directly to everybody, ordering us to experience and dance. There was an undeniable nostalgia vibe, but I have to say, this is the most vulnerable I've seen Madonna speak in quite some time, and it was really, really sweet. She wasn't doing that thing, that persona. She was just talking and telling us what it was like for her growing up in New York. And wait, I forgot to tell you about the video heard around the world. By now, you have watched it, and if you haven't, stop right now and find it. It blew the roof off the Beacon, more than any past Allman Brothers concerts. And I have 2 words, Kate Moss. The bathroom scene, inspired by Madonna's armpit drying moment in Desperately Seeking Susan, is the tops. I actually screamed when it came on the screen. Debi Mazar, Benedict Cumberbatch, Richard E. Grant, Odessa Zion, and yeah, Kate Moss. I said that already, but I'll say it again. The night ended with endless standing ovations as Madonna left the building. Crowd was excited, collected their phones, lingering under the Beacon's marquee, conversing, connecting, not wanting to slip back in that other illusion of a world behind the glass of our glowing phones. Thanks, Madonna. Will Confessions 2 have the same seismic reaction that Confession on a Dancefloor did, hitting #1 in 40 countries and selling over 10 million copies? The album comes out on July 3rd. And if anyone can do it, Madonna can.